Hey, hello Priyam, how are you? Hello Priyam, am I audible?
Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, I am fine. How is you?
I'm good.
Yes.
Okay Priyam, so today I am taking your ReactJs interview. So let's start with the introduction part. Can you please give me brief intro about yourself, like total how many years of your experience and how many projects you have done? Yeah, please go ahead.
Yes. So I have basically 5 months of experience in a real tech world in a software company. Currently pursuing my computer science engineering in Silver Oak University. I am currently studying in the sixth sem. I have briefly experience in front end technologies and some part I have done back-end technologies. So basically, I have done 3 to 4 projects in my companies, and I have the basic to intermediate knowledge of these technologies.
Okay, so currently you are fresher, right, and doing your internship.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, and during your internship period, you have done two or three projects, right?
Yes.
Okay. So first of all, let's start with the JavaScript question. Okay. Hello everyone. Are you looking to take your app platform to next level with real-time audio, video, chat? So let me introduce you to ZEGOCLOUD, a powerful solution for building AI-powered conversational experience that truly boosts your user engagement and activity. So ZEGOCLOUD conversational AI make it easy to add high-quality real-time communication feature to your product. Imagine your user connecting instantly with the video call, crystal clear audio, interactive chat, enhanced by the smart AI capability. Whether you are building a social app, customer support system, or collaborative workspace, so Zero Cloud give you the tool to create engaging, interactive environment that keep your user coming back. So getting started is super simple. Just head over the Zero Cloud website and click sign up button. So once you sign up, you will get the 10,000 free minute to try out their services. That's plenty time off to explore all the features and see how easy to integrate Zego Cloud into your project. So after logging, you will land the Zego Cloud console, user-friendly dashboard where you can manage your product and SDK. So if you want to experience the future and real-time communication, check out the link in the description below to get your 10,000 free minutes and learn more about Zego Cloud Conversational AI. It's time to build a smarter, more engaging app with the Zego Cloud. Thank you so much. So
Yes.
tell me the difference between let, where, and const in JavaScript.
So yeah, let, where, and const are the variable types used to define variables. So let and const are block scoped variables, and var is a global scoped variable. So what does it means that when a var is defined, it can be accessed throughout the whole structure of a code. Means if it is an defined inside a function, then it can also be called outside that function. But same case it doesn't apply with let and const due to temporal dead zone is created in initializing a let and const variable. So yeah, basically this is the main difference between this.
Yeah, okay, great. So what is the hosting in JavaScript?
So yeah, hosting means the level at which a variable is defined. Means if variable is defined at the top level, and we are accessing it in the lower part. So basically, it have the like lexical environment, means it has the reference to that variable. So basically, that is a hosting.
Okay. Tell me the difference between spread operator versus rest operator.
So yeah, spread and rest operator basically to this operators which are used for manipulation of data, and getting a data out of an API or any object. So in a rest parameter, what we do is we put 3 dots before the any data and in spray.
Priyam, wait one. Can you please share your screen?
Yeah, sure. Is my screen visible?
Yeah, and open any JavaScript compiler.
Okay.
Yeah, open any JavaScript compiler. You can directly use like JS compiler. Please write down any JS compiler, online JS compiler. Please search for it. Yeah, open first. Yeah, can you please write the REST parameter code here, like how exactly it works?
Yeah, sure. So, if I have a variable like if so what I have done is let's say we have a array of first variable named first in which we have these values. So when we apply the rest parameter, what we got get is we got the value is equals to 1 when we applied this.
Okay,
So it is basically for the object destructuring, and the rest part is stored inside like value 1, then value 2, then value 3. So like this it spreads the value of our array.
okay, okay. So tell me what is the asynchronous JavaScript?
Yes, so JavaScript is a single-threaded language in which one particular function can work only at the same time. So what asynchronous thing help us? We can run multiple functions or multiple logic in our code. So the asynchronous is JavaScript is doing capable of asynchronous programming using the event loop and call stack. So what happens when we start a process or let's say we run a function. So we have two functions. In first function we are console logging one thing, and in second function we are looping a certain thing, looping over a number of 10. So what will happen is JavaScript does not stop for a first function. It executes the first function and still operates the second function. So basically this is the asynchronous programming in JavaScript.
Okay, great. And tell me the difference between arrow function versus normal function.
So yeah, arrow functions are introduced in the ES6 version of JavaScript. So basically the difference is the syntax of both the things. So can I show the how arrow functions are written? So
Yeah, please.
yeah, like I have this. So in normal function we would not like write like this. We can assign a variable to a function and can pass up argument 1 or say argument 2, and we put an arrow inside this, and we can do anything here, like we could addition, multiply, and what logic we want to introduce. And in normal function what we do is like we like this is the normal function. So what arrow function helps to do is that we can assign a function to a variable and call that later. So the second important thing is that arrow function does not have their own this means they does not have the this parameter, and they inherit from their surrounding lexical environments. So yeah, these are the basic difference between the arrow function and normal function.
Okay, great. And can you please explain me what is the difference between map, filter, and reduce?
Yeah, so map, filter, and reduce are the functions which are used to manipulate an array. So what does map do is it returns a new array, and what filters is it checks certain conditions in our array and returns that elements. And what reduces does is combines all the values inside an array into a single value. Like we if we want to add we want to generate a sum of a element of all the numbers inside an array, we would use the reduce. If we want to filter out the certain numbers, just like say we have 1 to 10 numbers and we have to find which numbers are divisible by 2, then we would use filter. And if we want to iterate over a 1 to 10 number, so then we would use map. So it returns a map returns us a new array.
Okay, great. And what are the closures function in JavaScript?
Yeah. So closure basically is created when function removes the variable from its outer lexical scope, so that like we have a function inside which we have its child function. So if we declared any variable inside our first function, then the inside function will also have the access to its variable of its parents function. So basically this is what closure means. So if I show it to you, then we have function 1. Inside it we have another function. We declared a variable, and we have another function, just say g4 inside this. So this function will have access to the outer variable a. So these are the closures in JavaScript.
Okay, so we will move to the React.js part. Okay, so can you please tell me the difference between virtual DOM versus real DOM in React.js?
Yeah. So virtual DOM is an exact copy of a real DOM. So what happens is it is the main part of a React, is it reduces the unnecessary re-renders and manipulation of a real DOM, which is costly. So what it does is that it creates an exact copy of a DOM, and only compares the changed element from a virtual DOM to DOM, and only changes the elements which are changed over time. So React does it using a diffing algorithm. React has a by default algorithm named diffing. So it is the main part as it enhancing the performance of a React.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. And what is lifecycle method in React.js?
Yeah. So life cycle method. So React has a three state whenever a component is first is mounted, then a component did update, and the component unmounted. So these three are the life cycle of a component in the React. So these are basically the stages from which a creation, updation, and removation of a component goes through in a DOM. So yeah, this is the major thing.
And tell me the difference between control and uncontrolled component.
Yeah. So I'm not sure about this.
Okay, no worry. Tell me the difference between state and props.
So yeah, states are the mutable things, and props are passed from parent component to the child component as a properties. Means they can't be mutable or changed within the time. They are they just for the reference or the showing purposes. While state has a life cycle and it can change over a period of time.
Okay. And what are the like hooks in React.js? Can you explain?
Yeah, so hooks are basic function blocks in the React.js. There are certain hooks we are commonly using, that a use state hook, use memo hook, use callback hook. We can also create our custom hooks in React also. So basically these are the common functions which helps us to reduce the functionality or a logic part.
Okay. And what is prop drilling in React.js?
So yeah, what prop drilling means that if I have a component, top level parent component, and it has a child component, and that child component also has another child component. So if I have to pass any property from a top parent component to is a child component, innermost child component, then we have to pass it through stages. So this is the prop drilling.
Okay. And how you manage your state inside your React application?
So yeah, we can manage the states inside our React application using a libraries called Redux. So without using our libraries, we can use a context APIs. Context APIs also, yeah, mostly these two are basically used.
Okay. And tell me the difference between use memo versus use callback.
So what does use memo do is it memorizes the logic part, and what does the use fallback or hook does is it memorizes the whole function, and when any function value is changed, then whole use fallback is again called. Main difference between this is that use memo only memorizes a value, but use callback memorizes the whole function.
Okay. PM, I am giving you one question in your chat box. Can you please check?
Yes.
You need
So
to
I
turn
do.
on the remove duplicate from the array.
Okay. So I do it in code box now.
Yeah, here online JS component.
Yes. Wait.
So your output look like this. You can check. Yeah.
So we could do it using data type known as a set. So what in set
You
what?
need to
Okay.
use core
Ha.
JavaScript.
Okay. So using a filter we can solve this method. So like should I? So let us say we have a variable named unique data. Unique. So what we would do is that we would use filter method. Inside it we take a item and then we would do like so by this we can get the only values which are unique.
Okay.
So what we have done is that we have tracked the identified the index of each number and item. This item stores the value and it stores the index. So yeah, we have again matched the values, and if it repeats, then it will remove that. Using we have used the index of and filter in removing this. So another approach is that we can check if the same we can take another array and push it to the array, push the elements of this array to that array and check if it already present, then we would skip that array, element.
Okay.
That is the another method like
Please consider
what.
your variable unique.
Okay. Dot filter the function parameters. I have to check like so is there an issue? Const array is equals to data dot filter. Um, So yeah, I think I have put an extra bracket here. Yeah, so this is the output.
Yeah, okay, great.
Yeah.
So Prem, I think that's all from my side. If you have any question, you can ask me.
Okay. So no, I didn't have any questions.
Okay. Okay, Prem. Thank you.
Welcome.